Dating Confessions is intended for immature listeners over the age of 18. This podcast is NSFW, and listener discretion is strongly advised.
Does hearing about the crazy shit that happens in other people's lives make you feel better about your own? Each week, Alicia and Jack share scandalous, raunchy, and straight-up crazy dating and relationship stories submitted to us by listeners like you.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Jack.
And this is Dating Confessions.
He messaged me on OkCupid.
Oh, God.
Yep, that's where it begins. She said he really wasn't her type. And to be honest, she was like, the only reason I talked to him is because he seemed kind of cool. She said he talked a lot about his time in the Air Force, but not anything like overly obsessive or weird about it. Just he talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know. But she agreed to go on a date, and he picked her up, which was mistake number one.
Yeah. Always have your own ride.
Yes. If you haven't learned anything yet from listening to this podcast, you should know to always take your own vehicle.
Yeah. You always have an escape route. Always.
They didn't make any real plans beyond just walking up and down the pier.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept mentioning to her how he wished he could go to dinner with her, but he left his wallet. Like, what a dick.
Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't on purpose or anything.
Right. So she was like, I had basically no cash on me, not enough to, for two people to eat. And she really didn't like how he kept kind of angling for her to buy him food.
Yeah, what is that? Just like dancing around.
Yeah. Boy, a great dinner would sound really good. I wish I wouldn't have left my wallet.
I sure am hungry.
Hey, look at that restaurant over there. Would you like to go? Oh, I forgot my wallet. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Unless, you wanted to get it. And then, yeah.
And she said this whole time, he keeps bumming cigarettes from her.
Ugh.
But yet talking about how much money he saved up from being in the Air Force.
That's so gross.
And then bragging about his car.
Yeah, he sounds just like a gross human being.
So I guess they're at the pier and he keeps like hugging her from behind saying, oh, look at the ocean. Isn't it so romantic and nice?
Ew.
She was like, that was the worst thing I could ever have happen to me. She's like, I was just over it. I wanted to go home. And he kept doing that. And she's finally like, dude, just drop me off at home. I want to go home.
He feels like a complete sleazeball.
Yeah. Yeah, like completely. Well, they finally get back to her house. So when they get there, he aggressively leans in for this kiss. But his mouth is like wide open, like he's never kissed anybody in his life.
The snake unhinged jaw.
Yes,
thing.
like I'm gonna eat your fucking head.
Yeah.
God, dude,
stop doing that.
So he finally leaves, and she was like, "Cool, I'll talk to him next day or so and let him know," because apparently he thought everything went great and they hit it off.
Of course he did. People like that are always just painfully, completely not self-aware at all.
Not at all. This is where it gets a little weird, though.
It hasn't gotten weird yet?
I mean, it's a little weird, but this is straight out of left field. She said a couple hours later, she got this call from this number that she didn't know. Apparently, it was this guy that was his coworker at Subway, because apparently that's where he works.
Classy.
He said he took her number out of his phone so he could warn me about this guy and how he lies about being in the Air Force. He just wanted to be all out, like that guy.
Oh, that's fucked up. So he's a catfish, basically. He catfishes his backstory.
I don't know if he does or not.
Well, if he's working at Subway and he's not in the Air Force.
No, he just talked about being in the Air Force,
Oh,
so
so
he
maybe-
never. So I mean, yeah, he probably was in the Air Force at
Yeah.
some time.
Yeah.
Yeah, after this dude that randomly called her says all that, this is what he said. He's like, so I know this is a really weird way to meet somebody, but I think you're really cool and maybe we could, hook up sometime and chill.
What? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Who are these people?
I don't know.
Hey,
I'm just warning you
I
that
kind
my...
of called you to warn you about my creepy coworker, but since I have you on the phone, I'm going to be a creep too. Like, what?
Right?
No. Nope.
What is even up with that? Like, if being creepy is not enough, like on the date, to get that kind of phone call,
Yeah. What's in the air at Subway? What are y'all?
I don't know. You think it's a game they play?
Something. That's messed up.
Super.
If I were her, I would avoid that Subway at all
Yeah.
costs. Like, don't ever go back there.
Never
again.
going to Subway again. It doesn't matter what Subway it is. Just going to avoid all Subways. But that was a great story, and I really appreciate that laugh. So thank you for that submission. And hello, Alicia, and welcome back to another great episode of Dating Confessions.
Hello over there, Jack. Thank you. And welcome back to all of you guys. Thank you for tuning in to Dating Confessions. And remember, if you would like to be part of the show, head on over to confessionspod.com and submit a really awesome, fucked up story to us. Because that's what we're here for. That's what we want to hear. That's what we're about.
And check out all the cool things on there. There's a blog. Any back episodes that you can't find on your player feeds are all on our website. And we also have a membership option where you can get tons of bonus episodes. So head over to confessionspod.com.
Well, speaking of dudes with no money,
Dudes never have money. Ever.
I figured it was appropriate, because you just told a story about a broke bitch. So why not keep that going for now? I just happen to have a story about a guy with no money. So this girl says, first date, she shows up to the restaurant and he's already there. Apparently he's already been there. And she said that the table is just covered in food. Like, he's already ordered probably like $20, $30 worth of food.
Was she late?
No, I don't know. It doesn't really say. But apparently I guess she said that he had just gotten off work. So yeah, it was probably one of those things like he gotten off work. He's probably hungry and was waiting for her to get there. So he ordered some food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she was like, cool, whatever. So he's sitting there just eating to his little heart's content. She goes to sit down and she says immediately the first thing that he tells her is that he only brought $15 with him for the night. Bitch, you ordered all that food though.
You expected that she was actually going to show up. If she wouldn't have shown up.
And then that she was just gonna, she'll get me. She's got me.
Yeah.
Wow. So she said that, of course, kind of pissed her off. She said, I decided right then and there, fuck it. This date is it's not going to go anywhere. She's like, so I'm just going to order whatever the hell I want to order. So she said she proceeded to just order a bunch of food, got wasted, got just shit-faced. And she was like, I wasn't mad that he didn't have any money. She was like, I was mad that I was tricked. Like, I was mad that he just assumed that I would pay for it. So of course, she said he was also one of those, he was very, he was borderline misogynist, just kind of talked down about women the whole time. But, he was trying to come off as very alpha and it just wasn't working.
It was coming off as asshole.
Yeah. Well, when you're broke and you have your date paying for you, it's kind of hard to come off as alpha, first of all.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, she said that, it was actually a pretty horrible experience. And she was like, I would not have minded paying or even splitting. She was like, it was just the fact that he expected me to pay for it. And again, who are these people? Like, I don't understand who these people are. I think it's a game that some people play. I really do.
If I was that dude and I did that and I expected her to pay, would I have a backup plan?
Yeah, for like if she didn't show up.
Yeah.
Or what if she didn't have any money either?
Right. What if she was playing that same game? Do you have actual money with you, or do you really have $15?
No, I think he really has $15. See, that's where shit would get interesting. Because then, yeah, what do you do? You got to call somebody. Like, what do? Do you call your mom? Mom,
Can I have your credit card number, please? I don't know. That's pretty ballsy just to assume
that really is.
that she's going to show up for one or that she'll pay for it.
Yeah, because if I only have $15 in my pocket, I'm not ordering any more than $15 worth of food, right? Like, that's logical.
I wouldn't even order that. I would be like, what is your cheapest fucking appetizer?
Yeah.
I have $15.
Oh, she'll have money when she gets here.
I wonder how much money, like, in food that he had already rang up.
My booze got it.
My booze got it. Like, what do you think his food bill was at that point in time?
Oh, probably at least a good $25, $30.
Okay.
I'm sure he was well over budget. So anyway, thank you for that story. And yeah, I'm glad he didn't get laid. And I'm glad that since you ended up having to pay for it, that you went ahead and ordered whatever the hell you wanted to order anyway. So thank you.
This guy just could not control his horny level. I love that horny level. The girl said she went on this date with this guy, and after dinner, they went back to his apartment to hang out. Well, she went to the bathroom. When she came back out of the bathroom, he was on the couch, just beating his dick off.
What?
Yeah. Like, she walked out. He was beating his dick. And she looked at him, looked at the dick, looked at the door, took a beeline to the door. He didn't say a word. She didn't say a word. And she was out.
Okay. Damn. What just happened?
Exactly. What the fuck? So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm pretty sure it was from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
The naked man.
Yeah.
And they go to the bathroom and you come out
naked. Yeah.
Yeah, you come out naked, or vice versa.
Yeah, and they either do you or they don't.
Yeah. I think it was one of those that totally backfired.
I'll say.
How many times would that work?
None.
No, seriously. I mean, there's women that would work on.
I mean,
realistically, like 40% of the time.
Everything's gonna work on somebody, at least.
Like, but I'm saying like 40, maybe even 50% of the time that probably works.
I don't know. Maybe
45 tops.
Like, how often is this being attempted?
If you do it 100 times, you're going to get laid 45.
Maybe. Still weird.
I mean, it's easy to go on 100 dates in a year.
Is it?
Like, easy.
For you?
For a dude? Yeah.
Dude, that's like a date like every 3 days. Just about.
Yeah. You live in a big enough city. You mingle enough. You could pull it off.
No repeats?
No repeats. No repeats. It can be done.
Crazy. Don't catch the booty flu.
That was fucking amazing. Thank you for that story.
So this one, I don't even really know what to say about this. Dude met this chick on Tinder. He said she lived a pretty good distance away. He ended up driving like almost 200 miles to get to her house.
Why do people do that?
Because they horny and they want to bang. They can't control their horny level.
Why can't they bang somebody that lives, maybe
gets them in trouble?
An hour away, half hour away?
Dude, sometimes you gotta take first available. I don't know.
First available. Wow. I think that's probably a thing.
Yeah. No, it definitely is.
First available. I like that.
Yeah. So he gets there. They bang. He said the sex was actually quite good. And they're laying there, talking, basking in the afterglow. And she asks him, she's like, "Hey, do you want to see a picture of my daughter?"
It's weird.
And he was like, yeah, that's what he said. He was like, it was a little bit weird. He was like, but we had just had sex. Like, he's like, we were both kind of laying there naked. He was like, okay, sure, whatever. He was like, I was thinking that she was going to pull out, her phone or like a picture frame and show a picture of her kid. He said this bitch reached underneath the mattress and she pulls out just like a paper, just the like printed on photo paper, like not even in a frame or anything, a picture of one of those fucking those dolls that people buy, like those like those realistic life-size baby dolls that people buy, like that little girls fucking buy and pretend that they're real babies.
Okay.
Yeah, she pulled out one of those.
A picture
of a fake baby.
Did it obviously look plasticky?
Yeah, no, he said it was very obviously a fake baby.
Okay.
Yeah. And he said she was serious. And he was like, oh, okay. And then he actually says, he's like, you're probably wondering, like what I said or what I did at this point.
Yeah, no, I am. This has got me.
So he was like, well, you have to remember, I drove like almost 200 miles to get there, right? He was like, the sex was kind of good. He was like, and I kind of wanted to do it again before I left. So I just didn't say anything.
Yes. Yes.
He was like, I just kind of let it go. I just didn't really make a big deal about it. And we had sex again.
Yes.
And he was like, I actually ended up spending the night. We had sex again in the morning before I left. And then I got the hell out of there.
Hell yes.
I mean, damn. Wow.
Was this dude me?
That is all kinds of crazy.
And is this dude really, is it me? Because that is what I would have done.
Like, well, yeah, this bitch crazy, but
I'd find it weird that she pulled out an obvious plastic baby doll picture.
but you're like, but I can tolerate. And why can't you just pull it? Why can't you just produce the baby? Like, why do you have to? Why's it got to be a picture at that point? Or maybe it was the kids' weekend with its father.
I could deal with that.
I can deal with this for one night.
Yeah. I think it was weird, and I wouldn't say anything until I left, and then I would be like, dude, and she pulled out this photo from under her mattress.
Yeah, because if you question it or if you make fun of her, she's gonna get mad, right? Or she could get mad, and then that blows your chances of getting laid again.
Yeah, you're gonna get kicked out immediately.
Yeah.
So you just don't say anything. You bang her.
Yeah.
Again, and then you bang her again. Dude, that was perfect.
What's that?
Perfect. that was the ultimate story.
He did everything right in that situation.
Yes.
Very nice.
I applaud you.
That's a good story. That was a really good story. That's very scary, but good story. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So thank you.
It is time for our Twitter poll. If you want to be a part of our Twitter poll, go to our Twitter page at PodConfessions. And last week's Twitter poll was, would you go on a date with your girlfriend and her ex. And the choices that you guys had were yes, no, and only for the three-way. I had to throw that in there. 76.2% of you said no, you would not do it.
That's it?
That's it.
I feel like there should be more.
0% said you would do it for the three-way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I figured at least one person would do it for the three-way. But no. Yeah, so no was the consensus on that. So pretty awesome.
That's good. Good for you guys. You guys aren't a bunch of simps. That's good.
Now it's time for this week's Twitter poll, which is, what would you do if you walked out of a bathroom and your date was masturbating?
Ew.
What would you do?
That's probably what I would do.
Would you leave? Would you stay? Would you have some fun?
There would definitely be some eye rolling and probably some teeth suckage involved. Yeah. Uh-huh. Like, yeah.
But would you stay or leave?
I mean, I guess it depends on like how the date was going up until that point.
I mean, obviously, it was going good enough to go back to the apartment. You're obviously at their place. It's not like you're in the bathroom at a public restaurant and you come out and he's beaten off.
Yeah, no, that would be a definite date ender, right?
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I'm assuming it's in an apartment or in a house that you're both at.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that would be kind of creepy no matter what.
See, as a guy, I see it differently.
Because I feel like there's other ways that you can let somebody know that you're into them. Like, just for them to come out of the bathroom and you just to be sitting there with your dick in your hand, that's just like it feels kind of aggressive.
But now you got to look at it like a guy. And if you walk out of the bathroom and there's a girl on the couch and she's got a dildo in her fucking pussy, you're going to have a different mindset.
Well, yeah, a guy's going to be like, oh, yeah.
Right. Like, not turning this down.
Oh, is this what I'm supposed to put my dick here? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That is exactly what would happen in that guy's situation. So, yeah, I want to know, what would you do? Would you stay? Would you leave? Would you have a little extra fun? Would you just sit back down and chill and watch a movie?
I'm not quite sure what I would do. That's never actually happened to me before, so I don't know.
I'm going to say you'd stay.
I think it would really depend on, again, who it was and how I felt about them.
And I definitely,
like if it was somebody that I was just like only kind of marginally into, I'd probably be like, And it would probably depend on how bored I was too.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Head on over to Twitter and take that poll. You can find us at Pod Confessions or search Dating Confessions Podcast. Also, hit us up on all our other social medias. The links are going to be in the show notes.
And don't forget to share this podcast with all of your friends, your family, your enemies. Maybe send us a story about someone that you want to put on blast. We love that kind of stuff too. The bottom line is please continue to support us, share us with your friends on all of your social media. And then don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on your favorite podcasting app. And now let's get back into these stories.
So this girl says for a little while she was on OkCupid, and basically she would accept any reasonable pitch for a date. That was just a stage in her life.
I'm not picky, right?
Right? I'm down with that. I like girls like that who just would be like, okay, let's go on a date and see what happens. Mm-hmm. She said it led to a lot of bad dates.
I can imagine.
And she said here was one that was horrible yet kind of funny.
Okay.
So this guy invites her to a party.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's where their first meeting is, this party. So she asked a few questions like, what should I wear and all that kind of stuff. What kind of party is it? He said, kind of just dress nice, being really vague about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So ends up that she gets there and it's some religious family holiday.
Oh, fuck that. No, nobody wants to be tricked into going to church.
And basically he told his family that was his girlfriend.
Mm-mm. No.
So you haven't even met yet. That's your first date.
And I don't, you know what? In situations like that, I don't even blame the family because he's probably been lying to the family. Like the family probably doesn't know any better. They probably think that poor girl is his girlfriend.
Right? Yeah, I have a girlfriend. She's coming over.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's whatever.
Well, you guys will finally get to meet her. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's been making up bullshit stories the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Which is funny. She said she went with it, though. She's like, I had nothing better to do.
You know what? Sometimes I will say this about church functions like that. Sometimes there is really good food there. Yeah. So, I mean, that, I guess, softens the blow a little bit.
Maybe. No, I don't know. I would do it just once, just to see what happened.
There's no liquor there, though. You have to sneak your own in.
I don't even need the liquor. The experience would be fun, I think.
There's no weed there.
Yeah. Depends on how long I was there for. But the experience, I think that would be kind of cool, though. Just experience-wise.
To masquerade as somebody's girlfriend at their church party?
Yeah.
With their family?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, why not? No, I mean, it seems pretty
I'd create a whole backstory.
Seems pretty harmless, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'd create a whole backstory. I'd ask the dude, I was like, so what'd you already tell him?
All right, let's do this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I guess depending on the situation, you could make the best of it. Still kind of sucks to get tricked into going to church, though.
It always sucks to get tricked into going to church. But I enjoyed the story and it was awesome, so thank you for that submission.
So this guy says that when he was in his early 20s, probably like 21 or 22, he was messing around with this chick online as she was older. He said she was pushing 40, like maybe 30, in her late 30s. And he said, she was like super hot, like really sexual, like all their texts and messages back and forth were just super flirty, just hot and heavy. So he said,
how old's this dude?
He was like 21 or 22.
So it was like a cougar situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. He goes over to her house one day. And he said he notices, first of all, she in her bedroom, like where her computer is, she has like this whole setup, like cameras and lights and everything set up. And he's like, oh.
Like video cameras?
Yeah. He's like, okay. So he put two and two together that she's like basically a cam girl. He was like, okay, that's cool. I don't care.
I would bang a cam girl.
Yeah. And he apparently would too. So he said they start going at it. I mean, he is like just railing her.
Does she have the cam on? Is it like a 24-hour cam feed?
I don't know. He doesn't say.
Oh, because that'd be awesome.
But they're going at it. He's railing her. Then I guess her phone rings. He's mid-thrust. And he said she answers it. She answers it. And she has good reason to, because it's her boyfriend calling from prison. And
of course he is.
And he can only call during certain times.
And he only has a certain amount of minutes.
Exactly. So when he calls, you better answer it. He said he stopped. They talked for about 10, 15 minutes. She hangs up the phone. And he's like, immediately after that, she picked up a tube of like lube, threw it at him, and was like, hey, lube up and then come over here and fuck me in the ass. Like, just like nothing had happened. And he was like, and yeah, that's what I did. And he was like, and he was like, I spent kind of a whole summer, like just pretty much going over there and
That is awesome.
fucking her while her boyfriend was in prison.
Wow. That is fucking great.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
I would. Given the choice.
I mean, he's in prison. What's he gonna do, right?
Right.
What's he gonna do? Beat you up?
Well, okay, so you're in prison for a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means, yeah, I would have a whole summer to do whatever I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then the whole rest of the 9 months figuring out how to hide from dude.
Yeah, just figure out where you need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could work with that.
Yeah.
I could work with that. It's actually why I've moved so many times.
And maybe she was doing like amateur porn and cam stuff on the side to support herself while daddy was locked up.
No, she was doing that before.
I feel like they met on Craigslist.
That does sound like a Craigslist hookup.
It sounds very Craigslisty, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Oh, shit.
No, I mean, I guess if you're 21, 22, like, what would you do when her boyfriend called and she's like, "Oh shit, this my man. He's in prison. I got to take this." Would you be like, "Oh, okay"?
Well, I wouldn't have stopped fucking her. He's in prison. I mean, what's he gonna do?
He's not coming here, right?
Right. Right? That's all I need to know.
Wow, that is crazy. But you know what? She doesn't really see. To me, that's not really like sticking your dick in crazy. She doesn't really sound crazy, like slutty.
No,
yeah.
she just sounds like a slut.
Yeah, but she doesn't sound crazy.
No, definitely not crazy. Definitely a lot of slutty, though.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Sometimes that's just as funny. I thought you would like that one too. So thank you guys for that submission.
And thanks, everybody, for sending in your submissions. If you want to send us your story, confessionspod.com. Leave us a voicemail or have one of us tell it. So until next time,
I'm Alicia.
and I'm Jack.